So the council for Redditch have come to us with a fire damaged property. Luckily none of the family have been injured. The fire has now been controlled and the property has been checked over for the structural integrity aspects. We're able to now get in and go and have a look at what damage has been caused and begin the works to reinstate the property. Fire, like water, is very unpredictable, very uncontrollable, and it's only when something like this happens that you get to see the real effect. So here we are at the property. The place has been absolutely incinerated. Anything that's not structural has gone. So all the external walls still here, but the internal walls that were just made from timber and plasterboard, utterly incinerated and gone. Door frames are practically not there anymore. You'll be able to hear the noise. That's our lads upstairs. They're stripping the plasterboard and plaster from the walls, going right back to brick, so that we can reinstate the property as it was, hopefully even a little better, and get the family moved back in. Let's go and have a look at some of the effect that this fire has had on the property. You can see just how intense the fire was. I'm not sure if this was fire rated plasterboard or not. Possibly wasn't, but even still, to burn through the plasterboard in the ceiling this much, it's just completely gone. One piece left in the middle. Funnily enough, the ceiling rose is still there where the light fixing was. But pretty much the rest of the house, anything that isn't structural, has been decimated. First thing up here that I find surprising is how little of the roof structure has been affected. These joists and rafters and purlins are all still fine. There's just this little bit here that our lad's chopping out now that's been scorched. But I think I've been lucky there, otherwise it would have been an entirely new roof as well. That plasterboard lining has saved the roof. So you can see this is the boiler, sole combi boiler, and you can see the mains electrical wiring coming in. All this copper's had to be stripped out. This boiler is just completely gone. So it even gets to the mechanical and electrical installation, unfortunately. That's how intense the fire was. These dabs are from the plasterboard. Our lads have stripped all this off. So we're back to the block wall construction now. And this will all get reboarded, redecorated, new joinery, skirting, all that sort of stuff. And all the internal walls up here have been burnt away. So you can see the line here. That's where one of the walls was. We'll obviously have to rebuild the internal walls to partition out the bedrooms, the bathroom and so on. There'll be new windows, window frames completely gone. I'm guessing they were UPVC. They would have melted away. You can see the charcoal scorching on the brickwork, but the one thing that stayed in place is the roof. Very, very minor damage to that. So that's the only little bit of saving grace to this one, I suppose. But there's a lot of work to do, so we'll get on with it. So the family have just turned up and we've had a word with them and reassured them that we'll do everything we can to get the place looking okay as soon as possible and get them back in. Considering what they've been through, they're in relatively good spirits for what can be expected. So we're just going to try and do the best job we can for them, and hopefully the council will get them back in before long. Next time we visit, we'll have the partition walls in and have the M&E back in, electrical and plumbing and so on, and yeah, we'll just do what we can.
So the last time that we were here, all the internal walls had been burned and were not fit for purpose. So we've rebuilt, reinstated all the internal walls from timber studs and plaster boards, and now the plastering is nearly complete. The external walls, we haven't got the windows in upstairs, so we're just waiting for those before we plaster those external walls. So come and have a look at the rest of the property. We talked about the fact that even the mechanical and electrical infrastructure of the property, so the plumbing and the heating and stuff, had been so badly affected that it was going to need to be redone, the wiring and the plumbing and so on. So here you can see we've got the loops, the 10mm plastic pipe loops for the radiators. The lead work has been redone here to the external walls, ready for the windows to go in, and again we'll be plastering these when those windows are done. So this is one of the bedrooms. You've got a wardrobe here. So this has all been rebuilt and it's starting to look great. As with the internal walls, the staircase being made out of timber was too burnt and not structurally sound anymore, so it's been a new staircase installed, which you can see here. Underneath the staircase, it's all pink boarded. That's fire rated boards, which is as per building control specification. We've got the new doors and windows in on the ground floor, so this is ready to be completely finished. These returns will be boarded and then this room will be skimmed. And then through here, the family room, again, windows and the French doors going out to the back are in, so we are nearly ready to plaster in here as well. Again, coming back to the plumbing of the property, the soil stack being plastic UPVC was incinerated and melted and no good, so we've installed new soil stack here in the cupboard next to the front door. It's looking good. Some of the fire damage is still visible on the external. Situation like this, whilst it's very unfortunate and we wish that things like this wouldn't happen, but it does feel good to be part of reinstating this property back to its proper standard. Hopefully the family will be back in soon.
So now we're 8 weeks into this 10-week project. The final stages include the internal doors and door frames, as well as the rest of the internal joinery. Decoration is being started, second fix, plumbing and electrics is being installed, and finally the kitchen and bathroom products will be installed, ready for the family to move back in. Watching a video like that, it's a sharp reminder of the effect that fire can have on a building. As builders, we're going through a big change in our industry, particularly since Grenfell. There's been a big focus on construction details and fire retardant aspects of the building regulations. So the Building Safety Act is obviously part of the evolution of those construction details, and the hope from all of us in the industry is that we can raise the bar and minimise the chances of these sorts of things happening. So from our point of view and the council's point of view, this has been a very successful project. After 10 weeks, we're ready to go and have a look at the final results.